the president, Chief. Actually, I just remembered. You are the president. President of pissing me off. Now, Miss Sanders, you're a whole other bag of worms. Can of worms. There's no bag of worms. Who has a bag of worms? They have a can of worms. Now, Mrs. Sanders, you're a whole other can of worms. Mrs. Sanders wants people to like her so bad. She's one of those people pleasers. I'll tell you how you please people, Mrs. Sanders. Miss Sanders. I'll tell you how you please people, Miss Sanders, by shutting the hell up. She's just testing learns up this. Okay. What time are we at? No, I don't know much. What is it? Let me just make sure the actors know that we're going to open house in 4 minutes. The days roll on, and so now hello. Meghan. But I miss you most of all, my darling. When I'm
You see me?
Yeah. I think everything's good. Thank you. Of course, welcome to the programs that work here. Did you tell them that John had
Did I?
Oh, they weren't there, but I'm pretty sure that you have some there.
What if I just didn't?
I'll grab them now.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. Be better.
Be better. You're right. Wow, that was a Brandon joke. That's one of Brandon's favorite jokes.
Where's Brandon these days?
He's fine. He called me when we were out on Thursday night.
That's right.
Yeah. Finally quit that job.
Yes?
Going to the restroom, so I'll just come in when you do your speech.
Sounds good.
Try to find a seat. I don't know. I don't want to sit there. Let's sit.
Do you wanna put something down so nobody sits there?
I was thinking that, but I also want people to sit. I don't know where I'm gonna sit.
Yeah.
I think we'll figure it out later.
This is reserved for the live stream camera guy. Has anybody come out to set up the live stream yet? I haven't seen anybody.
No one comes. Wow. Okay.
Let me check on that.
Okay.
Alright. Break a leg, y'all. Melissa, could we move into pre-show when you get a chance?
This is pre-show. You want me to take I first extra housing nights.
Oh no, is this the music for pre-show?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, no, I have similar music taste. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Alright, so when you're ready to bring people in.
Awesome. Can we start with the first track, or do you not have the ability?
I can bring it back to the top.
Appreciate it.
Alright.
Thank you. And then we're gonna open house. I'm just gonna double check. Has anybody come to you about the live stream?
They're already up here. They're already set up and ready to go.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thanks again.
No worries.
And Greg, have a great show.
You too.
Thank you.
House is open for Blanche Asylum.
Center? Okay.
They're not. Same name, same last name, and they was in Wales. So if your friends alive, probably different people.
We say different, but one of them is.
That'll be the big determining factor. Ours is dead, yours is alive. Yeah, you
We're excited to be back.
Are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about my other cousins. I have two first cousins. All four from Massachusetts.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So where's the next part?
Just tonight. Like Tim. Yeah.
It's not really, but it's
But it was Zodiac.
Right up their alley.
more active.
Serious, thank you. That, right?
Yeah, sure they are.
Is this the same day? No, it's like
We tried to get in.
we also got like a big yeah, we really got inspired. We're like, right. Yeah, when the lights so you just made it now we want to like that's right. What's up,
Do you know Eric? I'm sure you have Bonnie, my teacher Bonnie. We'll talk after. Don't like the It goes from sunny to windy and then squall. Little space. There he is.
It was 5 hours drive. So
I did. I'm going
Entregamos. Quedó muy está muy cagado.
oh yeah, so we've been
Lo entregamos.
Yeah, we let it know. Got some nails
Entonces,
I was like,
yeah, especially the last.
I grew up in Philadelphia.
But yeah, no, I
absolutely.
I did know just on the way up there.
Historic neighborhood.
Hello and welcome to Blanche in the Asylum here at the Tank Theater. Yes! Right. Written by Tim McNeil, directed by Meghan Leone Cox. I've been asked by the folks at the front to make sure that everybody is here for Blanche and not a show about violence. No shows about violence?
No.
Great. I have a lot to go through and a short amount of time, so we're going to do 3 sections. We're going to do some housekeeping, we're going to do some thank yous, and then a short anecdote. So housekeeping. The show runs approximately 55 minutes with no intermission. There is use of strong language involving sexual assault and rape. There is the sound effect of a gunshot. And the emergency exits in the unlikely event are lighted out there. You follow the stairs downstairs to 36th Street. That is the logistics. Let's jump into thank yous. So I want to give a big, big thank you to all of our sponsors, our Indiegogo supporters who helped us bring the show all the way from Los Angeles to New York. So yeah, we'll give a little I also want to give a special shout out to our producers, Brad Kaz, Carrie Inc., and our executive producers, George Ryder, Eileen Ryder, and Mark Ruffalo. So another quick thank you. Lastly, an anecdote. We're almost there. We're almost the show. I worked with Tim in LA in the past, and when he let me know he wanted to take this show from LA to New York, he sent me the script. I opened it up, I read it, and I was immediately confused, disturbed, and elated because I knew I had to share Tim's wildly demented and hilarious writing with New York City. So take a breath, lean forward, and prepare yourself for Blanche in the Asylum.
God can reveal secrets to you. I can unveil the truth of your soul through our bodies. Would you like that? No. Your father would not be angry with you. No, he wouldn't. He would be happy for you. That the secrets of manhood could be revealed to you in such a clear and concise way, such a gentle way. I can show you what your sexual purpose is. I can show you what love is. What love should be. The glorious rainbow of a life led in love. I can give that to you because I love, without question, I love completely. Love me. Love me. We can start with the exploration of our bodies. Not our bodies, no, our souls. Our souls. The rainbow of our souls. Oh, hello. I was just talking to a boy I know, sometimes I have visitors, and he is one of them, gentlemen callers. No, not gentlemen callers. You've lost the thread, Blanche. Again. No. Oh, God. I shut my eyes, and all the world drops dead. I dreamed that you bewitched me into bed and sung me moonstruck, kissed me quiet, insane. I think I made you up inside my head. Sylvia Plath. Sylvia Plath always understood, and she may have died for it. What did she understand? Do you care? I mean, do you really care? Sylvia Plath understood that delicious intersection, that bed where death and desire sleep together. You know, that magnificent king-size bed where a person, say you or me, oh yes, old and sad me, can walk along the knife's edge of death while experiencing the pleasure that makes life bearable for a single fleeting moment. Oh God. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do you put Parmesan cheese on your spaghetti and meatball? I do. I'm sure you do. So, let me ask you, would you not just sprinkle a little death on your desire? It seems simple enough to me, but people get scared, you know.
We've had this date with each other from the beginning.
Yeah. Oh. Yes. Burgers and crinkle fries. Yes, the cafeteria is about 20 feet away from my accommodations. The food here is absolutely unbearable, except on Tuesdays, tacos. But the powers that be are canceling Taco Tuesday because Miss Bootsy started a fight in the cafeteria over the last taco. That's how good they are. A 72-year-old woman just punched a 38-year-old woman right in the nose. Oh God, she broke Carla's nose. And while the fight was going on, I could not bring myself to come to young Carla's aid, because I could not be pulled away from my taco. Oh God, she was howling in pain. Blood covered her upper lip and flowing down into her mouth like water into a gutter with leaves and things. Oh God. She has the most sensuous lips, as an aside, Carla, but yes, howling in pain. And Miss Bootsy over in the corner on her haunches eating the last taco like a chimp eating the last banana. But caring and thoughtful me, I could not drag myself away from my taco. It's fascinating to me how our empathy can be just ripped away from us by a well-crafted taco. Sometimes when I come close to finishing one of those tacos, the question arises in me, what now? And then a tsunami of despair just rises in me, you know, an urge to find a way out. All brought on by the end of a taco. My sister is coming for a visit today, Stella. I have been in this asylum, the Louisiana Home for the Insane, for over 35 years. My sister visits me once a week. I think it's because she feels guilty, you know, about what happened. Let's not talk about that, shall we? Let's not talk about any of that. What should we talk about, though? That I need to go to the beauty salon? I used to be quite fetching. Am I still? I write poetry. I do. In this dreadful place, I write poetry. Oh, it's not all that dreadful, but I write poetry. I want to believe in my poetry, but I just can't, In my youth, I thought I had the makings of a poet, but anyway, there's something remarkable in a great poet that is missing in me. And it's not just intelligence. Oh, no, not just intelligence. Oh, yes, I could have been a better poet if I had been smarter, deeper, I suppose, more metaphoric in nature. Less hateful to myself. Yeah, I have a deep strain of self-hatred that is ever present. I am a confessional poet. It is a genre that demands talent and depth, or else it's just navel gazing, and that's what I do. I gaze right at my navel. Certainly not like Sylvia fucking Plath blazing across the sky of the world. No, my poetry is an affront to all poets. The hardest of all professions. Yeah, because that remarkable piece is missing in me. And also because I'm mad as a hatter. But it was a dream of mine. My dead husband, Alan, he wrote beautiful poetry, which I used to have. But now my sister is guarding for me. My sister's husband tried to throw the poems out when he was cleaning out the garage. My executioner. No, he didn't want to kill me. No, he's not a murderer. He's just your garden variety rapist, Just a common rapist. I say that to give him no credit whatsoever, because my sister's husband had to be the best at everything that he did. He has that peculiar characteristic of some Americans that there's no point in doing anything unless you win at it. And it doesn't matter how you get there. But anyway, I think he wanted to impress me more than he wanted to destroy me, I could see it in his eyes. Yes. She likes it. I'm the best damn rapist ever. I think he actually wanted to rise up to my level. No, that's not it. He wanted to pull me down to his. You know what? I don't know. But you see, my sister's husband did not know me. No, he did not. He thought I was an aristocrat, that I was a lady, that I was literary and snobbish. Well, that's true. I am a bit of a snob, and I like to talk to people about things that interested me, which were not the merits of a V8 engine or the way this woman or that woman sounded when they stuck their enormous penis in them. No. Forgetting his deep misogyny for a moment, perhaps he hated me simply because we had different interests or different passions. I like to take long hot soaks in a tub. while reading poetry. It is a passion of mine, one in which I cannot partake here at the Louisiana Home for the Nutty. Only showers here with other residents. Communal showering is what they call it. I call it Dante's 10th level of hell. You know what? I like to tell stories that mix truth with fiction. Embellishing is one of the joys of life. People don't admit to that very often, but I think it is. I really do. He could only handle a version of the truth which suited him. Perhaps he hated me because I was penniless, possibly, but mostly I think he hated me because I interfered with his need to sex my sister. And for my sister to sex him. I suppose I did that, but I didn't mean to. I just had no place to go when they were all, heated up. That's not true. I could have gone to the bowling alley. Can you imagine me in the bowling alley? I could have gone to the Shins around the corner. I could have done that. Why didn't I do that? Why? Perhaps I didn't want my sister to experience that kind of mad pleasure. Without me. When I say such things, I am convinced of my suitability for this place. That I am, in fact, crazy. The difference between a person here or say there is the terrible chaos of thoughts of the denizens of this place compared to y'all in all your respectability. And the terrible chaos that can lead a perfectly sane person like yours truly to desire to end her life. Yeah. Where you live, if you see somebody hitting their head with their fist like so, you would think that that person is out of their mind. That is an everyday occurrence in these hallowed halls where the greatest men and women of Louisiana have wandered. I do not include myself in that group because I am not the greatest at anything, particularly being insane. Well, I am pretty good at self-sabotage. I'm quite brilliant at that, perhaps the best that has ever been, Is there somebody I'm longing to see? I hope that he comes back to me. Someone to watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the woods. I remember when I was a very young girl, I would be wandering the grounds of Belle Reeve. And when the wind would blow through the trees, I would be struck by that truth, that horrible truth that sometimes life can paper over, but is always there for us. That terrible truth that we are all victims of time. That murderer Oh, I would be running so free, you know, I would run, and all of a sudden the wind through the trees, and I would stop. And then the bony hand of death would just touch my shoulder. I've always been a little preoccupied with time, as if I had a grandfather clock in my ear, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, and so on and so forth. To live in time is probably too honest for most people, and perhaps that is the case for moi. You know, the only thing that can beat time? Love. But sometimes even love isn't enough, and you just want to stick a pin in your eye. You just want to do it. But for a while he lived, my dead husband, Alan, took time out of the equation of my life. He solved the horrible riddle. The people who love us as Alan loved me allow us to live in our own sense of time with a modicum of peace. Here, I'm pretty sure I live outside of time. Not really, but sort of. I think I'm the same age as when I arrived. No. I only wanted to be loved.
We have been staying with each other from the beginning.
Oh, stop. My breasts are sagging, so I am aging. My pert breasts have fallen down like a Bourbon Street drunk, you know. Oh, God. When I first came to this place, the doctors told me I was what they call a nymphomaniac. And I said to the doctors straight up, I said, you know, doctor, I know lots of nymphomaniacs back where I come from. They're all men. But I am post-sexual. Dr. Blanton, he used to love, Dr. Blanton used to love to talk to me about my sexuality. And when he did, his eyes would glow. Oh, he'd be like, oh. Which he would attempt to hide from me. But you can't hide such things from Blanche Dubois. Oh, no. I used to be able to feel the rise in a man's desire. It was like watching a cake rise in the oven. It was simple and easy. Then it filled me with terror and desire, because it was barely manageable for the man. All the sad men who desire death, desire death, desire death, desire death. I am so happy to be post-sexual, thank you! And so unhappy, you know. Mr. Samuel Beckett, the great Irish writer, he said, can't and must. That is my situation. And I know that feeling. Oh, God, how I know that feeling. Speaking of God, I'm hungry. I would love some crinkle fries. A kingdom for some crinkle fries. Sometimes food is all you have, isn't it?
I don't want to. I don't want to. No! 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 No!
I'm talking here! Shut up, you bitch! She was mad as a hatter. I am one of those death-struck people. When my mama died, I did not call the death wagon for over 8 hours. No. I crawled into bed with her and I confessed to all my madness, to all my shenanigans, which has died, which we have already discussed. And I read her Emily Dickinson poetry. It was the most honest and truthful I have ever been with my mom. That is a confession y'all were the first to know. And then I looked into my mama's dead eyes and I kissed her dead lips. I didn't even tell the doctors who pry into my brains that. Y'all are the first to know. Dr. Blanton, he could not have helped me. He had no insight whatsoever. But Dr. Steiner, oh God, he could. Oh, he was this young Jewish fellow who has moved on to brighter pastures, less depressing pastures, because what could be more depressing than tending to mad people in the middle of a swamp, I ask you. He moved on, but he had great insight, and he was smart, and he was kind, and he was so beautiful, which really interfered with our sessions together because I wanted him desperately. One time I told him, Dr. Steiner, that was dramatic, Dr. Steiner, take me back to my room and make me believe in love again. He said, no. Blanche. Oh, but he was brilliant. And I was mad for him. Well, I was a very sexual being. Some of us are, some of us less so, but for me, it was a need approaching insanity. You know what I like to do? No. I shouldn't tell you this. What did I? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Keep it quiet. Sometimes I like to use the modern vernacular. I like to rub one out, masturbate, And sometimes Miss Collins, the nighttime orderly, she would come and she would watch me through that window right there. And if I was feeling up to it, I would turn my whole body towards her and I'd give her a real show, like, Miss Collins, oh. Because I think it is important in a place like this to sometimes be seen as a sexual being, to be desired. But that's all over. A dead sexuality. Time again, taking what it wants. Vindictive old time. Time is the real rapist. This is all too honest. I'm sorry. What made me? Was there a God involved? And did this God give me this need to be ground to dust while having sex? Oh God. I'm sure when you hear me babble on like this, you are convinced of my suitability for this place, that I indeed should never leave, that I am in fact batshit crazy. But what if I'm not? What if I am just too honest? Did you ever think of that? No, probably not. No. It's much easier to give in to the simple assumptions and definitions about a person, like this one is crazy, this one is an nymphomaniac, this one is queer, this one is heterosexual, this one is red, this one is blue, all the identifiers. You know, when a new doctor comes in to visit me, they always bring the file, and at the top of my file is my chief identifier. Rape victim. And then they move on to my sexual dysfunction.
You lied to me, Blanche. You lied to me.
And my delusions and my hallucinogenic episodes, which, by the way, my hallucinogenic episodes are simply fractures in time. And why is that my fault? I don't know. But anyway, that's me. That's me in a file. But that's not really me. No, all the sad identifiers, you know? The need to define someone, to tell them what they are, to tell them what stories they can tell, to tell them, here in this asylum, I have been told who I am. But I, being relentlessly stubborn, I reject this incomplete diagnosis. In fact, I reject all labels. Why? Out of convenience, or to argue, or to prove a point? No! I reject all labels simply because they are inaccurate. Generally not true. Well, as my dead homosexual husband said, I wish knowing myself was as easy as your words, Blanche. Life would be so much easier. But there's nothing simple in the self. What is this chat? Where's my sister? Where is she? She should be here by now. I hope she brings me some cookies. I hope she does. She's a fabulous baker, my sister. In fact, she has put on weight. My sister is so radically sensual and beautiful in that common, everyday way. You know, that sort of common, everyday beauty that just takes your breath away? Stella. But she has become plump as a housefrau. That's okay. I know why well enough. She wants to keep him off of her. I worry so much about him with him. Stella. Save thyself, Stella. Stella! Stella! To look upon Stanley Kowalski was to stare at the sun. Oh, he was beautiful in that manly way, you know. He walked around as if he could make you see colors if he sexed you. I saw no colors. That did not happen to me because I was being raped. Let's not talk about all that. Let's talk about. Let's go for a swim. Yeah, down by the old rock quarry. Sylvia Plath killed herself, but why? Why, God? Why did she kill herself? You don't know. You're probably not there. Go fuck yourself. But back to the old rock quarry. I used to give myself away down by the old rock quarry. Oh, I really did. All you had to do was ply me with a little dandelion wine. Not dandelion wine. No. If you gave me some whiskey, you could have your way with me because whiskey did not play fair. No, it didn't. It was that closeness, you know, that intimacy that allowed me for a moment, for a brief respite, to forget that I pushed Alan to suicide. And if I had my orgasm at just the right moment, I could for a second, for a very, just like that, I could forgive myself. I used to love to get fucked on the cliffs of the old rock park. And if somebody was watching from behind the bush, it was so much better. I want to say that the more shame there was in an act, the better I felt, but that's not entirely true. You know, there was pleasure in it. You know. But I did like to be punished. Anyway, let's stop it. Stop. Stop it. Stop. My dead husband, Alan, was delicate as a Fabergé egg. No, God damn it. My anger flows from the inability of words to come close to conveying the truth of Alan's delicacy. Inadequate words. Inadequate me. I never satisfied him. No. He used to let his hair fall across his forehead, and sometimes it would just droop over one eye. A delicious invitation, you know. But not to me. No. Only when there were boys about. He was a fag, I suppose. No, you were. You were. I saw you with him. I saw you. Stop lying to me. You're lying to me. I heard you first. And then I peeked my head into the room. And I watched for a bit. And it occurred to me while watching that you were me. And that's probably why I said those horrible things to you on the dance floor, because if you were me, what else could I do but hate you? I was incapable of understanding the foundational truth of the soul, you know, and that soul should never be altered. Never, 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 never. I'm so sorry. I wasn't strong enough for you. Alan. He was a terrible lover. Oh, he was. He was terrible. Oh, you were. You were so bad. But what difference does it make when you gave me so much love? No, it didn't matter. Not one bit. I will die here. In this cell. And it will be death. No redemption, because death is death, just the end. And on my tombstone it will say, "Here lies Blanche Dubois, wannabe writer, wannabe drunk, wannabe love." That was nothing. I was nothing. I have arrived at that place that some human beings will come to, where they realize it didn't matter if they were here or not. And that is a cliff. And you stand on the edge of the cliff and you look down into the abyss, and then you just step off. And as you float down, you remember all the days of your life. No, not all the days, just the important bits. You remember all the important bits of your life, and then you land, unfortunately, on your feet. Still fucking alive. Yeah, I was nothing. No, I was something. I was Blanche. I was Blanche Dubois. I was Blanche. What was it that Tennessee Williams said? Oh, yes. Beauty of the mind, and richness of the spirit, and tenderness of the heart, and I have all those things. Aren't taken away, but grow. How strange that I should be called a destitute woman when I have all these treasures locked in my heart. You see, Blanche, you were something. You faced down that pig and you spoke an odd and a hardly respected truth, but a truth nonetheless. And he tried to kill that in you. He tried to kill your poetry, your sensitivity, your sensibility, but he could not, because he didn't have the courage of his convictions. Oh, no. But I, old and sad me, I was decent. Decent. And I will die an anonymous death here in this cell. And I suppose that this has been a last chance at coherence, clarity, understanding, before my mind just flies away. Stella, come in, sister. Oh, I thought you were my sister.
No, I'm not your sister.
No, you're not.
How are we today?
I'm fine, Dr. Joy. She insists on me calling her Dr. Joy.
Who are you talking to?
How has your day been?
Fine, thank you. Who are you talking to?
Well, you know.
No, I don't know.
Them?
There is no them. Another delusion. We've talked about this before.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. And how are the headaches?
What headaches?
The headaches?
Oh, yeah, they're fine. No problem with my head. I feel fine. Are you sure they're not there?
Positive. Dreams, nightmares, etc.?
No, not even one, etc. No.
So,
How is your husband, Dr. Joy?
fine, thank you. Now regarding medication.
No, thank you. I would like to see out the rest of my days with my own emotional life. I'm perfectly fine dying in this place, yes.
What, please?
This room, of course.
I see. However, we must face the fact that you were quite ill.
But am I? I mean, really, am I?
Yes, quite. You are, in fact, quite insane. We've talked about this.
I don't think you can say that to me. No, you can't. And doesn't it violate some sort of code of ethics, some sort of bedside manner? I mean, what kind of a doctor are you? You are insane. Well, you know what I think? I think you were insane. That's what I think. What do you think of that? You are. Yes, you are. Where is Dr. Steiner? I miss him. He was kind, not cruel. Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Can you get Taco Tuesdays back on the menu? I would like a taco, and it's not wrong of me to want a taco, to crave something. You crave things, don't you?
I cannot reinstitute Taco Tuesday because there never was a Taco Tuesday.
Of course there was. If I can't have a taco, I would like a chicken fried steak with cream gravy, Texas toast, some crispy French fries. I would love that. I really would.
That would not be good for you, being pre-diabetic.
Yeah, but who gives a shit? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, it clearly doesn't matter. I see no one and no one sees me. I'm as alone as a person can be, so why not just let me, kill myself with food?
Sweetheart, you're fat.
Yeah, well, I'm not fat. I'm not. No, I'm not. I may be. I'm plump, but anyway, even if I was what you said I was, at least I'm not cruel. You are cruel. Where did you get your license to practice medicine? What do medical schools just go around the country looking for the cruelest and most sadistic people they can find and train them to be doctors? Christ. Is that what this whole world has come to?
Mr. McNeil.
Seriously, I'd like to talk to you about this shadow that has followed me my entire life.
Mr. McNeil.
No, the shadow! The shadow that has followed me my entire life and whispers into my ear, my bad ear, my left ear, suicide. Can you stop this whispering, Dr. Cruelty? Can you stop it? When he raped me?
You were not raped.
Oh, he raped me. He tried to scald my soul. He tried to alter me, just as you're doing now, you monster. I am what I am, and that is completely consistent with who I want to be and how I want to live my life. And that is not a trifling consideration. No, it is in fact the prime consideration. The prime consideration. He raped me.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You were not raped because you are not Blanche Dubois.
That's an astounding assertion, you've done a hack thing.
You are Tim McNeil.
No, I'm not.
Tim McNeil.
No, I'm not. I am Blanche Dubois. I grew up in Belle Reve. I have a sister named Stella. I am oversexed. I am all these things.
Please take the wig off.
What wig? I have no wig on. I don't know what you're talking about.
Take it off.
No. No, please. Please, no. Get back. No, I'm not doing that. Go. No, please. It makes, let me go. Leave it alone. Oh, God.
No wig! You are positively out of your mind, Mr. McNeil.
I don't know any McNeil. And you are wrong to treat me like this. You can't manhandle me. I'm an old woman. I deserve respect.
Yes. Finito la commedia.
What does that mean?
You know what it means.
No, I don't know what it means. Chekhov? No. Oh, please, God, not Chekhov. Please. No, not Chekhov. I beg you. Please, no. Oh, God, Nina, Sonia, Masha, Olga, 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 Trigorin, Tuzermak, Constantine, oh, God. I may have misrepresented myself. Not wholly, I okay, let's just say I wasn't completely truthful. But who is? That is a question I want to ask. Who is completely and truthful about their life? It is a valid question, it certainly is. Who? I am an ambassador to my own life. All madness. All the time. And to what end? Oh, yeah. Love. Yeah. Learning how to love is my life's work. She kissed me. Why did she do that? I've always had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, us half in, half out. It's all the middle class trauma. Do you know what I mean? All the middle class trauma. You say, is there trauma in the middle class? I say, yes, there's trauma in the middle class with full bellies and 2 cars in the garage. When I was a young boy, I was out running free. And my friend Gary said to me, would you like to go to the 7-Eleven? And I said, yes, but I have to ask my mama. And I ran into the house and I said, Mama, Mama, no answer. And then I went back into the back and I went into my parents' room and I said, Mama, Mama, no answer. But the bathroom door was closed. And I went to the door and I turned the knob, opened it, and I walked in and there was my mama having a long hot soak in the tub. And I could not take my eyes off of her breast. And my mother said, what is it, honey? And looking not at her, but at her breast, I said, Gary wants to go to the 7-Eleven. Can I go? And my mama took her hand and she slowly reached to the side of the tub and she took a washcloth and she gracefully just draped it over her breast and she said, of course you can, honey. Just be safe. Mama! Ma! Can you come rub Vicks Vapor Rub on my chest? No. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, yes. Love. My life's work. I have tombstones in my brain. I am one of those death-struck people.
Thank you all so much for coming. Have a great night and a safe journey home.
Side by side, and I'm gonna see my man till I get satisfied. Don't see why
Do you know? Oh.